So, coming to you live in the gym this evening. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110 floors for our brother, firefighter Robert Spear, who on 9/11 was on a rotation with Engine 26 out of Manhattan, the Batcave, but his actual normal tour of duty was Engine 50, housed with Ladder 19 and Battalion 26 in the South Bronx, just passing through. This is 110 floors, given with honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. Dedicated to his mother Irene, his wife Lorraine, and his three sisters, Amy, Barbara, and Christine. Right now, we're going to take him to the 110th floor. There's a total of 7 verticals. Once we get to that 7th vertical, it'll take us to the 101st floor, and it's only a few floors after that. This climb is now the 307th time I've gone vertical for another brother, and this is his memorial climb. Dedicated to the FDNY, off on the line, to his family, his mother Irene, and his wife Lorraine, and 3 sisters. Again, Amy, Barbara, and Christine. So, our brother, firefighter Robert Spear, actually tested for the civil service exam for the FDNY when he was 19 years old. This is a 10-year time frame before he ended up hearing anything back from the FDNY. So in the meanwhile, our brother, I believe it was 1992, went and joined the U.S. Army, and from what I read, he was out in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, in the 101st Airborne as a paratrooper. And then he also, from what I read from his wife Lorraine, had worked with the 82nd Airborne as a forward observer. So our brother not only served the citizens of New York, he served our country. We will never forget the sacrifice made so that others can live. His time serving his country, again in the airborne, as a paratrooper, as a forward observer, will never be forgotten. For firefighter Robert Spear, who ended up being appointed to the FDNY alongside Dana Hannon on the year of 2000, our brother actually, in consultation with his wife Lorraine, said that he gave up 50% of his earnings to live his dream and become a firefighter with the FDNY. Our brother was actually stationed at the South Bronx on Engine 50, housed with Ladder 19, and Battalion 26. In a just passing through is their actual bell. Basically, it's like their motto, their slogan. So on 9/11, our brother was actually on rotation in Manhattan with Batcave, Engine 26. Also, Engine 26 is known as the Killer Bees. So, for the Batcave and the Killer Bees, we're going vertical. Going to that 110th floor with honor and respect given. Our brother was 30 years old when he responded as part of 9/11, the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil, where because of the bravery, heroism, and valor that was shown by those that responded, the 343, the NYPD, Port Authority, that upwards to 25,000 were saved, to which his brother-in-law was actually, I believe it was on the 96th floor of the North Tower. The family knew he was there, but they weren't sure that our brother, firefighter Robert Spear, off of Engine 26, the Batcave, was going to be there. He and his wife, Lorraine, got married around I believe what I read was the same time as he joined the FDNY. And it said 2 days prior to 9/11, he was at his sister Christine's house, helping her get her house in order, putting together a grill, and helping her out. So right now, this climb is to carry our brother symbolically to the 110th floor, taking him up one step at a time. Second climb of this tour. I've got 36 brothers left to take vertical. And right now, this is for our brother, firefighter Robert Spear. Carrying him up with honor and respect. Sharing his story so our brother does not just become a name on a plaque or a picture on a wall. 9/11 of 2001, we made a promise to never forget, to always remember, for our brother who was a rookie in the FDNY, but also airborne with the 101st and the 82nd Airborne during his time in the military as a forward observer. He will never be forgotten. A United States military veteran and a brother in the FDNY. Our brother was actually finished in his tour, and he was waiting for his relief. And it said that, as it happens in New York, there's times where your relief doesn't get there on time, so you're stuck holding over. While he was holding over, the first call came in, and Engine 26, the Batcave, responded with our brother, firefighter Robert Spear, headed out. It said that he would usually call his wife Lorraine and let her know what was going on. And I believe from what I read, it said that they were actually on the phone together. And he mentioned something about not sure if he was going to make a haircut appointment. For our brother, with honor and respect, we're climbing to the 110th floor. Coming to you live in the gym in Southern Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment, and still counting. 110th floor memorial climb for our brother, firefighter Robert Spear, for his mother Irene, for his wife Lorraine, and for his three sisters, Amy, Barbara, and Christine. Your son, your husband, and your brother will never be forgotten. His legacy will carry on. This is why we climb. On this Star Climber, in a 110th floor memorial climbs, on runs across the United States and those across the world. Memorial climbs everywhere to pay honor for the sacrifices made so that others could live. But right now, our brother, who got appointed to the FDNY basically a decade later, along with firefighter Dana Hannon, also of Engine 26, the Batcave. Our brother is going vertical to reach the top, all the way there, with honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. Pushing him up. For our brother, we're going vertical, taking him all the way, symbolically carrying him right now with me to that 110th floor. Dedicated to his family, the FDNY, off and on the line. There at Engine 26, the Batcave, and Engine 50, Ladder 19, Battalion 26, just passing through into our country for his service to our country as a airborne paratrooper and forward observer. Our brother, after the military, when it became what it said was a long-haul trucker, when he found out that he may be appointed to the FDNY, he talked to his wife, Lorraine, and they chose to follow his dream. Our brother took approximately a 50% or so pay cut in following his dream to get on with the FDNY. As I said before, our brother initially applied when he was 19 years old. He joined the United States Army in '92 when I was a freshman in high school, and became airborne. 101st out of Fort Bragg, and 82nd Airborne as a forward observer, according to something I read from his wife Lorraine. Another thing that I read was our brother was able to work through pressure and stress. Turned out that he and some family members were going on a trip to Fire Island, and our brother said the boat, I guess the motors had a problem on the ferry, and what took normally 30 minutes took 5 hours to get there. And once they got there, found out that the lodging that he was going to have was already rented out to somebody else. It said our brother took it nice and easy, no worries at all, made a few phone calls, and found a brother, I believe it was at the FDNY, that had a house on Fire Island. This is his climb to finish his footsteps as those who've gone before us. We're now over the halfway mark. We've got 3 verticals to finalize to get to that 100, the first floor. This is the 307th time we've gone vertical to tell their stories. Taking them up 1 floor at a time to go towards the 101st. For our brother, who is known to be able to joke with everyone, take many jokes about himself, and was at times the life of the party. Dedicating this climb to his mother Irene, his wife Lorraine, and his sisters Amy, Barbara, and Christine. I promise you, he will never be forgotten. The Bat Cave will never be forgotten. As I said in 2000, our brother, along with firefighter Dana Hannon, were appointed to the FDNY. Our brother's first stop, I believe, was South Bronx, Engine 50, Ladder 19, Battalion 26. Just passing through. Prior to taking a rotation at the Bat Cave, Engine 26, with also known as the Killer Bees. So right now, this is the 3rd to last vertical out of this 110 floors. Giving an honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. This climb is part of the initial 343 brothers to go vertical, which follow will be the end still counting. Those who work the pile for days, weeks, and months at ground zero. Those who succumb to 9/11 illnesses and cancers. They will never be forgotten. As long, God willing, as I can make as many trips up, they will take their turn. Down to 36 brothers left to go before we can begin this next part of the journey. Taking them up with honor and respect for his service to our country and service to the citizens of New York. As his time on the FDNY. Our brother is a rookie responding on 9/11. On Engine 26, the Bat Cave. As a rotation, because his normal engine would have been in the South Bronx, Engine 50, with Ladder 19 and Battalion 26, just passing through. With honor and respect, all the way to the top, for our brother to make his journey complete. Taking each and every one of the 343 to the top while telling their story. On Facebook Live and on the 343 Commitment and Still Counting YouTube channel. This is why we climb, to tell their stories so they may never be forgotten, but instead they'll always be remembered for the family, the FDNY, and for our country. This is why we climb. Coming up on the 2nd to last vertical shortly on this 110th floor Memorial Stair Climb, coming to you live in the gym in Summerlin Park, New Mexico. The 343 commitment, and still counting. 110 floors for our brother, firefighter Robert Spear. Engine 26, Manhattan's Batcave. Taking him up all the way to the very top. Here we go, second to last vertical for our brother to reach the 101st floor, and shortly after that, the 110th floor. This is the reason we climb, to share their stories, so they do not just become that picture on the wall or that name on a memorial plaque. Our brothers had a story to tell, and this is why this commitment exists, to share it with the world. Taking them up all the way to the very top. Dana Hannon, both firefighters of the FDNY, were both appointed in 2000. Both on Manhattan's into 26. Both responded on 9/11 to the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil, where because of the bravery, valor, and heroism that was shown, our brothers rescued upwards of 25,000 people. As I said, his brother-in-law was actually known to be on the 96th floor at an office there of the North Tower. Taking him up to reach the last break before our last vertical gets us to the 101st floor. So this is climbing on the stair climber, taking our brother symbolically to the top with honor and respect given for the sacrifices made so that others would be able to live. Pushing him to the very top, to that 110th floor, going to the 101st. Going there now on this upcoming last vertical. Taking our brother with honor and respect. Finishing these last floors to carry firefighter Robert Spear of Engine 26 out of Manhattan, the Batcave, to the 110th floor, symbolic top of the towers. Our brother is going up with me right now. Our brother, who at 19 years old took the civil service test. In 1992, joined the United States Army, was in the 101st Airborne as a paratrooper, and in the 82nd Airborne as a forward observer. After the Army, he became a long-haul trucker while he was waiting on his civil service test to come about for the FDNY. When it was his time in 2000, along with firefighter Dana Hannon, our brother Robert Spear took upwards of half of his pay and a pay cut to follow his dreams with the FDNY. We're almost to finish the last vertical, almost to the 101st floor. All the way as we take this journey, symbolically carrying our brother with me to the top. For firefighter Robert Spear. We're going there now. And now, it's only a few floors left to complete our brother's climb. Dedicated to his mother Irene, his wife Lorraine, and his sisters he grew up with, Anna, Barbara, and Christine. Your son, husband, and brother, and our brother will never be forgotten. Dedicating this to the FDNY, off and on the line, to Manhattan's Engine 26, the Batcave, to the South Bronx, Engine 50, Ladder 19, Battalion 26, just passing through. I promise that your brother will never be forgotten, but always remembered. This is why we climb, to share their stories, to keep their legacies alive. Taking another brother symbolically to the top right now for firefighter Robert Spear. It's only a few floors left to get to the very top. Pushing him all the way till we reach it. This is the reason we share their stories, for his service to our country as airborne, as a paratrooper, and a forward observer, to being a son and a brother to his family. Taking him up to that 110th final floor. We're going there with honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. Our brother lived near the Teppenzie Bridge, from what I read. Was married to Lorraine. Got on the FDNY in 2000, along with Engine 26, firefighter Dana Hannon. Right now, this is done. We've reached the 110th floor. Our brother, firefighter Robert Spear, rest easy. We got it from here. Never forgotten.